So we'll do now the fourth Mamer. It's sort of a follow-up on the previous Mamer of lariach shmanecha. Okay, so again, he starts with the same heading, lariach shmanecha toivim, shemen turek shemecha, al kein alomos ehavucha. So he says that when we say al kein alomus ehavucha, an elem means a besula. That means a unmarried woman. When the neshama, before the neshama comes down into the world, it's called an elem. It's not yet married. It's not into the body. It's called an elem. It's when the neshama comes down into the body, into the olam hazeh. That's when it becomes sort of married to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a way of Boyalayich. Let's look inside. Hine neshamis she'enon beguf ba'olam hazeh, the souls that are not in a body in this physical world, nikroim, they are referred to as alomos. They are referred to alomos because al tikre alomos elo oilomos. Don't pronounce it as alomos, but oilomos. So al kain oilomos, coming down into the world. Over there, you become married to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the pasuk says, "Ki boy alayich oisayich chulu." So over there we say that boy alayich, the one who is intimate with you, Hashem makes you heim neshamas she'ein b'olam hazeh. So the neshamas in this world are called boy alayich oisayich. Hashem makes it; they're married to Hashem. Vayim izeh berabis boy sheparshtes vov zerche legimel teitze daf reish ayin zayin amud aleph. Hine yeridas haneshama b'olam hazeh hu yerida gedoy. The descent of this neshama, we're showing it was an elam. It was not married, and it comes down to the world before for the neshama to come down in this world. Hu yerida gedoy. It's a tremendous descent. Wants to say, through the marriage in this world, the neshama goes into a much higher level. For a neshama to come down to this world, it's a great descent. It goes without saying, when there's no Beis Hamikdash, so this world is even on a lower state. Ela'af koidem Zman HaGolus, even before the time of exile, it is a great exile, a great descent from the neshamas, lihislabish, to dress up, ulihisgashem, and become materialized, beguf, b'olam hazeh, in a body in this world. Explains, the hine haneshama koidem boyo la'olam hazeh. The neshama, before it comes down to this world, she was delighting of the ray of the divine. The neshama was enjoying the ray of the Shekhinah. That's a tremendous, tremendous pleasure and reward, to the extent that we say, as Alter Rebbe always brings down, that Elisha prayed, and he had that Rameir, the student of Elisha, he prayed for his teacher that they should let him in, because he could not go into Gan Eden, he could not go into Gehenna. He was a scholar, but then he went away turned away from Yiddishkeit. So he said, better off that he should go to Gehenna, Ledaina, So then later on, after the Gehenim, he will be able to come to Olam Haba. So what do we see? Shekedai kol Yisuri Gehenim, Love Achar Kach L'Tainuk, Ganed Natachta Fila. Even to just get to the Ganed Natachtin, it's worthy to go through all the pain of this world, at least that we can get to Ganed Natachtin. And Ganed Natachtin, that's the lowest of the level. Yes, Ganed Natachtin, Ganed Elyon. So you have all these. He wants to say, even for the lower level of Gan Eden, but of sure, so you can only imagine the neshama's delight and pleasure and enjoyment that it had before he comes down. And then he says further, just to describe what it means to go from level to level, when the soul needs to go up to the higher level of Gan Eden. So first there's additional Gehenim, Hanikra Nahar Dinur de Nogid Vinofik, from the Nile. That's called the river of fire. Nahar di Nur, a river of fire. Most rivers are of water. That's a river of fire. The Nogid Vinofik, it pulls and comes out. Nimshach V'yoytze, which comes, as the Pasuk talks over there in the Nile. So, question is in Cain, Matzoidach, what is the need? Lama Yordan Neshama Loilam Hazeh. Why did the Neshama come down to this world? Yerida Gedoyla Kazu. Such a great descent. Ach Yerida Zu, Tzorich Aliyah. This descent is for the purpose of an elevation. Umaw Aliyah Yeser Kina. What could there be a greater elevation than the above? We talked about Gan Eden, nothing, Gan Eden, Tachten, all these things. What could there be? Why is a neshama come down here? In the Isa, we find that Yofesh Shoachas B'tshuva Maisim Tovim B'olam Hazeh, we call Chay Olam Haba. The 1 hour of Tshuva Maisim Tovim in this world is more than all the life of the world to come. Why is that? The Hine Kol Chay Olam Haba, all the life of the Olam Haba, Gan Eden, Atachtem, Meisim Mashiach V'chulu. Whether it's the lower level of Gan Eden, Atachten, and the days of Mashiach, etc., Hurak Ziv Hashchina. So even the Yimois HaMashiach, we talk about Olam Hazeh versus even Gan Eden, Atachten, even the Yimois HaMashiach, that is all Ziv Hashchina. It's only a ray of the Shchina. Ha'arachas, this is just merely one ray. All these things that we talk about, the great big, the Gan Edens and the Mashiach, these are just merely one ray. Ha'arachas, as we say, B'yud, the Gemara says, B'yud nivra olam haba. That Yud Kei Sur Elamim. So the Yud is the pasuk Yud Kei Sur Elamim. So the Gemara says, B'yud nivra olam haba, and the Hey olam haba. What does it mean, the Yud? The Yud create. Yud is Tzimtzum Gadol. Yud means it's a small letter. It's a big restriction. Umachshava achas. It's one thought. Everything was created in one thought, one hara. As for example, you take one letter, measure it next to the essence and the mahus and the atzmus of Hashem. So the way we see by us one letter, that's the way we have to imagine relative to Hashem, the creation of the Olam Haba. So from our flesh, we see godliness. By Hashem, in the infinite light of His essence, Hurak machshava achas. It says one thought of Hashem created all of these ishtalshalos. He looks and he scans all the generations. So all the generations, Hashem is with one scan. Takes one look and he knows everything. Or, as we say, b'maimer echad yochel lihibaris, that he could create everything with one saying. Or we say, like the word Bereshis, the Gemara says Asore Mamoris, the Gemara says Bereshis, Name Maimeru. That's one of the 10. That's the first of the 10. Basically, that's with one word Bereshis, everything was created. So Yud is Simtsum Ha'ora Achas. That is a contraction of one. Kol Yemei Chaye Ho'elam Haba. Because we say Yofash Acha B'Shuv Ma'asim Tovim Mikol Chaye Ho'elam Haba, which means one Yud, the Tzimtzum Ha'ora Achas for all of the Yemei Chaye Ho'elam Haba, Loshen Rabim. You have all these levels. Yesh Kama Gan Eden, Tachtim V'Gan Eden Elyon. He said this before. V'Mayis HaMashiach, Gavoya Mal Gavoya. One higher than the other. And each one of them is B'chol 50,000 Yevlos. This is in all 50,000 Yevlos. What is a Yevel? A Yevel has 50 years. A Yevel has 7 Shemitahs. So, and there is 50 Yevlos. That the world's different worlds. And so our world, which is 6,000 years, Hava Alma and Shabbos and Shemitah, is one of 50, one of 7 in 150, and this 50 is one of 50,000. Imagine, so we're just a minuscule, minuscule, right? Kikol Shita Alfim Shnin Hemrak Shmita Achas. We are only one Shemitah within one Yovel. We're 1/7 of one Yovel. And in this Shemitah itself, Yesh Bahem Gan Eden Tachten, Gan Eden Elyon, V'Yimei Mashiach Chulu. V'Imkein, so when you say Kol Chaye Ho'elam Haba, which is all Hurak Ziv Ba'ora Achas Me'eres Sober Musav Atzmusei. And no thought can cover all Musav. So what do we see from all this? That it's a tremendous descent, but it's all one ha'orah. It's going to continue to explain. But when it comes down to this world, over there's already a whole different story. Once it comes down into this world, over there we have the Atzmus Ein Sof, which is much higher than all that ha'orah, and that's why Yofesh Ha'achas B'Tshuva Ma'asim Tovim Ba'olam Hazeh Mikol Chaye Ho'elam Haba.